Hello friends, my name is Muhammad Bilal and today I am in front of you with a new topic. Today's topic is how to speak English fluently and confidently. There are some people who think that speaking fast or speaking according to the mindset of the other person is actually fluency. But I think, according to my viewpoint, fluency depends on two things. What are the two things actually? The first thing is your physical level, and the second thing is your mental level. Physical means, what do I mean by physical? Physical means how fast your mouth produces the words and how fast you speak out the words from your mouth. And the second thing is your mental level, how fast or how quickly your mental or your mind thinks, or how fast or how quickly words come to your head and then you speak out. So according to, I think, different people, according to different teachers, they think they are speaking fast or speaking according to grammar rules or speaking well is, I think, fluency. I think fluency is something which comes smoothly out of your head, and you speak without stopping, without thinking too much about grammar rules, about too much English. I think fluency is smooth coming something out of your head. So today I will tell you some tips, I will give you some rules how to speak fluently and how to speak without using grammar rules, without using dictionary. I think the number one, the most important thing I want to tell you is when you try to speak, try not to speak according to different words, or there are some people who just learn English just through learning word and word and words. They just go back to their home and they just open up your books and they just try to learn new English words. I think learning word by word or learning through textbooks is, I think, terrible way of learning something or learning English. I think if you follow me, if you ask this question to me, so how to speak English fluently, I think fluency comes if you learn something sentence by sentence. When you learn English in the form of sentences or in phrases, I think I would recommend you, I would highly recommend, if you wanna become fluent in English, just go to the internet or just read out the newspapers, whatever you like, or the passage or the paragraph you are interested in. I think when you learn through sentences or when you learn through phrases, I think you are learning actually grammars and you're learning a lot of things. Phrases, what is actually phrase or sentence? Sentence is actually a group of words or a phrase, you can say. Phrase is a group of words that naturally goes together. So I think when you learn something through sentences or through phrases, I think you learn grammar and all the things I think you are remembering without using dictionary or without thinking about too much about grammar rules, about past tense, present tense, or any other grammar rules. I would say terrible rules, I would say, yes. So if you want to become fluent, I think just go to the internet, just read out the newspapers, just listen to English news, especially to the BBC News. I think this is one of the best source for learning English. So the last thing I want to tell you is just make up your friends, just talk to your friends, with your colleagues, with your fellow students, with your families, with the person you are friends with. I think if you want to speak confidently automatically, then I think you will have to create your own environment. Environment is very important, especially for those people who want to speak English fluently. Because if you have environment, if you are interested in English speaking, I think then you will have to create your own environment. So another thing, the last thing is, if you want to become fluent in English, I think paragraph reading or passage reading is most important thing. If you want to become fluent, just pick up the one passage or paragraph and just read out the paragraph 2 to 3 times and repeat it again and again, over and over until you master it. Reading passage or reading paragraphs, I think, makes you read out the paragraph easily, and I think if you will read paragraphs without stopping, without thinking too much, and when you learn paragraph, or when you read out the paragraph constantly and automatically, or quickly as much as you can, I think your fluency will become super, you will become on the peak, especially in speaking English. So that was all about today. I told you certain tips. I think if you will act on these advices, or on these things, I think you will become at home in English, or you will get grip in English. So that was all about today. Thanks.